Saggy butt syndrome is a plague that we get as we age. It comes from not enough activity with too many hours spent sitting. But there is a cure, and today we're going to take a look at the exercises we can do at home to build that butt back up where it belongs. So when we're talking about our glutes, we are talking about three muscles, the largest being the gluteus maximus, with its main function being one of the muscles involved in hip extension and hyperextension. The next two muscles are the gluteus minimus, which is a deeper muscle in the glutes. And then there's the gluteus medius, which is a muscle that's just kind of up and to the outside of the gluteus maximus. These two muscles perform a similar function by abducting the thigh or moving the leg away from the center line of the body, as well as internally and externally rotating the thigh. In life, these muscles stabilize our leg when we put all of our weight on one foot, like when we walk or run. And if they are weak, they can cause hip and knee pain. We'll start with some exercises to build the gluteus maximus, which isn't just the largest of the three muscles, it is also the largest single muscle on our body. Now we know that the gluteus maximus job is hip extension, but it's important to note that it's not the only muscle involved, which is why some people say squats won't build your butt, and other people say it's a great butt builder. There are 5 main muscles involved in hip extension, and those 5 are just a few of the 20 different muscles needed. Depending on where you are in the movement of hip extension, will dictate which muscle is contributing the most. The glutes contribute the most and work the hardest in the stretch position of hip extension, like the bottom of a squat, and at the top in contraction. A deep squat will do an excellent job of working the glutes in this stretch position. The squat that gives me the best stretch and I can feel in my glutes the most is the Bulgarian split squat. To activate your glutes in the split squat, think of your back leg, the one on the bench, as going down and back as you do the eccentric portion of the rep. And this will bring you down nice and low, taking some of the loading off the quads and putting them onto the glutes. The next exercise that really fires up the whole glute is the curtsy lunge, because as you step back, you take your leg and cross it behind your stationary leg, and this requires additional stabilization, engaging the gluteus medius as well. Now, if we really want to build our backside, we need to work it in both the stretch position and the contracted position. This is where people who say squats aren't a great butt builder have a point, as squats don't do a great job of working the glutes in the contracted position. So we need to take a look at other exercises. One of these exercises is a hip thrust. A couple of things to watch for when doing this exercise is not to let your back arch. Keep it straight throughout the movement, and your legs should be bent so they're at a 90 degrees when you're in the top position. The farther your feet are away from you, the greater the angle your legs are away from your body, the less you'll be working your glutes, and the more you're going to start to feel it in your hamstrings. You'll want to do a full range of motion on this exercise, going right from the floor to hyperextending your hips in the top position to really activate those glutes. This is one of those exercises that once you have the form down, it can be done unilaterally and you can add weight. If you're looking for some band exercises that really hit your glutes, you can do banded donkey kicks, which is a hip extension exercise. Your setup will vary a bit depending on the type of band you have, but here I have my bands wrapped around an anchor point and attached to my foot. Now you don't really kick back. The movement is more of an arc, bringing your knee back and up as you extend your leg. The next exercise is band hip abduction. It is done in the same general position as donkey kicks, except you turn yourself so you're at a 90 to the anchor point, with the band attached to the ankle of the leg farthest from the anchor. Keeping this leg straight out from the body and parallel to the ground, then you move your leg away from the center line of the body. This exercise hits the gluteus medius and minimus, as we can't allow these muscles to get neglected. The next exercise is a new favorite of mine, as it hits the glutes in both the stretched and contracted position. It can be done using either bands or a cable machine. I'm going to demo it using a cable machine because I just got this old school cable machine and I'm excited to use it in a video. The exercise is pull-throughs. What I find with this exercise is you need to get a good lean forward, as the resistance is always trying to pull you backwards, especially if you really load it up. I also bend my knees a bit more, as it helps me get a better stretch in the bottom position and stabilizes me against the resistance of the cable. This exercise also hits the hamstrings, and you can have great glutes without working the hamstrings too. Watch this video next to find out how you can build better hamstrings at home so you can keep working out while having fun. This is Lawrence from Fit and 50. We'll talk to you again in the next one.